Hi everyone. Well, this was a special request, and I'm just thrilled to have one of these because I can't always think up a great idea for a soap. This is not something I haven't done before, but this request was for a very simple coconut milk and goat milk soap in white. And they also told me that the fragrance didn't matter. So that makes it much easier. Uh, this is actually going to be fragranced with green tea. I wanted to keep it simple. So I have my goat milk here in an ice bath, and I'm going to begin to add the lye to it. So one moment and we'll get started here. And I generally add a couple of tablespoons of lye at a time and slowly mix it. I have found that by doing this, I don't have to worry about scorching it. And because this is using two different liquids, I have about 50%, no, that's not right. I have about 60% goat milk and about 40% of the coconut milk. So I just added in a little bit of the coconut milk just to get the lye wet and get the process started of heating it up here. This is sort of a slow, tedious process, and that's why I try to jump through it a bit. But I think it's well worth it. You take your time, and I believe you end up with a much more quality product. So I'm adding in my coconut milk now. I do try to keep close watch on the temperature because when you're dealing with either goat milk, coconut milk, well, pretty much any kind of natural products, especially those that have sugars in them, they can burn very easily. The fats in the goat milk and the sugars can very easily burn, so you just want to keep an eye on your temperature. So I have my oils and butters here almost completely melted. This is very high in shea butter. I just thought, what goes better with goat milk and coconut milk than shea butter? I don't know why, it just seemed like a great idea to me. So I'm getting rid of my ice bath here, and in just a moment I'm going to be combining these. You'd probably never guess that just about 5 years ago, I had pretty dark hair. I've always had some gray, but over the last 5 years, I would say, the gray just has pew taken over. And there's no shame in it. I earned every one of them. Time to bring the stick blender in. What's funny is I forgot to plug it in. It's not funny, it's stupid. I forget it almost every time and have to reach down and plug it in. I tried to go gentle with this. I have the stick blender on its lowest setting. I'm just barely mixing this, only because I wanted to treat these ingredients rather delicately. Not because these ingredients are necessarily fragile, just seemed like the way to go with it. It's white, it's pure, it's simple, and I didn't see any point in just over processing it. Whether or not there's any logic to that, I have no idea. I decided with this to do a round mold. Don't know why. It just said to me, I want to be round. I'm serious. I have no other reason. I just thought, I want to see these round. So I had my lucite mold there. I've already got my bottom cap on and my liner in. But I did get a little overzealous with my pour here. I should have stopped at a certain point here. Stop, don't go any further, stop. But see, I just kept going. So what I did is I overfilled it a bit. And you'll see what happens when you overfill here in just a moment. So I made a little extra in this because I wanted some just to keep. And so I have a shorter mold than I just poured that into. I didn't realize that my workspace was so messy at the time. Sorry about that. So I was going to cap these and put them in the fridge. But I had a little accident while I was getting them ready here. See it pouring over the side? That's from putting too much in it. I thought quick here and just got a little cup to transfer some of this into the other mold. Messy, messy, messy. And I do try to keep it clean. This just got everywhere. So this is about 20 hours later. I've already taken the smaller one out of the mold, and it is soft. And that's because, well, it has a lot of shea butter in it, and it takes a little bit longer for it to cure sometimes. And they're in these plastic molds, so the soap can't breathe at all. So it oftentimes is softer at first when it comes out of here. I didn't add any salt to this to harden it or anything, so it just is as it is. That soap that you see there is because I overfilled it and it spilled down the side a little bit. Not a problem. Didn't affect the soap itself because it was on the outside of the liner. So what I did is I just left these to cool, just as you see them there, for about 2 hours. And the reason for that is just, I said to let it harden, just to let some of the moisture evaporate so it's easier to cut. And these were really soft. I cut these at about 1.25 inches because they're round. So these won't vary much from one to the next because, well, it's just wide. So I'll just show you the cuts here. So what about you? Do you have any special requests you'd like to see me try? I'm really up for anything. Doesn't mean I'll do it well, but I will certainly put my most into it. I love trying new things. But I'll tell you, I really enjoyed the simplicity of this. There was no stress. It's just, goat milk is something I'm very comfortable with, and coconut milk it's like the same. You treat them very much the same. And it was a real pleasure. Very simple. I didn't have to plan out a whole lot. And there's just nothing complicated. And sometimes that's a lot of fun. Although I love doing the fun pours and colors and things, but sometimes purity is fun. And I haven't been pure for a very long time. TMI, right? Too much information. I am planning on making some Juneteenth soap very soon. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, here in Texas, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't reach the slaves here in Texas until June 15th. And that day is celebrated here as Juneteenth. And so I thought I would do something special for that. I haven't quite put it all together how I want to do it, but it's coming up very soon. I wanted to do a Cinco de Mayo soap, and I was planning on it, but things got busy and I just never got it done. So I can tell you that out of this, I got about 20 of these bars. And these will be ready for sale about the first week of July, maybe the second. So again, I want to say thank you all. It's a real pleasure having you here. Leave me a message. Let me know if you have any suggestions or questions. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. But do leave a comment. If you give me a thumbs down, tell me what was wrong. Do I talk too much? Well, I already know the answer to that. But I just mean if there's any suggestion you have on how I can improve what I do here, let me know. Thanks again, everyone. You're just the best. Oh, I forgot to mention something very important. I crossed the 100 subscriber number today. I was just so happy to see that. And I know it's tiny, but yay! Thanks, everybody. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.